Hey there guys, this is Sean again from Bill K Corvettes and Classics in Downers Grove, Illinois, doing a video walk around on our 1964 and a half Ford Mustang Convertible. This car is awesome. This vehicle comes in Pagoda Green with a parchment white interior. This baby comes with air conditioning straight from Ford in 1964-65. Power steering, power brakes, 4-speed transmission, wire wheel covers, and this is a D-Code 289 car, so it's a 210 horse high power car. This car is amazing. What we'll do today is we'll walk around the car and we'll ultimately show you some of the 1964 and a half exclusives so you know what you're buying. For example, the cool fender mirror. That's one of the neat features that was improved upon in 65 when they moved it onto the door. You'll see that this car is just pretty great. While this isn't a 100-point car, a little paint could probably make it pretty close to that. It is a manual top convertible. See on the doors. This little guy's got 25,000 miles on the odometer. Here's that really cool under the dash air conditioner unit from Ford. 4-speed transmission, shifter. Still have ashtrays in the back. Kids don't know about those anymore. Among some of those 64 and a half only options that we're discussing, some of these are just small things. Like, for example, this vent control here with the letter A printed on it. The A was removed in 1965. Most of those neat little features are things that I can show you up under the hood. Maybe. For example, up here on this leading edge, Ford simply folded this edge over rather than folding it over and crimping it. It had something to do with the capabilities they had at the Dearborn production plant. Down below, where that edge comes into place, they had to bevel this edge to accommodate the folded over edge on the hood cover. Another neat feature is the placement of the horn, and you'll notice down below this horn is humongous. In the 1965 cars, you'll have dual horns which will be located in this position and in this position. While we're over here, the 64 and a half car has, I'm hoping that the light is helpful, has battery vent louvers to help aid the cooling of the battery. In 1965, they took out these louvers but left the little cooling slots. This car still has the generator, but in 65 they had an added alternator that would be down below as well. Other neat features: the hinges are painted black, where you'll find the hinges on the 65s to be basically steel color. In here, for the master cylinder, the fluid reservoir is a large, screw top reservoir, whereas now we have the more common the dual reservoir system with a clip on it. But also, which is really neat, they placed the brake light switch directly into the master cylinder, so that when you put the brake on, it did a pressure activated switch for the brake lights to come on. They changed that in 1965. That's pretty cool. But the engine in this car is quite clean. This car runs like a champ. And these again are just a few of the features. There's a whole list of features that I can send you about what makes this car, distinct from the 65. Ford actually didn't make a 64 convertible, so all convertibles are technically 1965s, but Ford made this designation because it's believed that Lee Iacocca rushed the production of the convertible. What we'll do also is we'll get into the trunk before we start the car up, so you can see how she runs. In the trunk, I have a bag for the boot cover for the convertible top. We have some quality parts. We have a can of touch-up paint for the Pagoda Green paint made by DuPont. And the 64.5 Mustang shop manual supplements. It's pretty cool. Full-size spare tire. And you can see back in 64, 65, they didn't mess around with sound dampening, putting anything in here. They just wanted to get you a cool car. You can get it right on the street. But there's no rust in here. It's all clean. The car was restored about 20 years ago or so, and she's a great car. And I think now we'll go to the moment that we've all been waiting for. Let's start this baby up. Let's see how she sounds. You even have a Mustang key from Ford. This is kind of cool. Huh. and it's running. And this car just purrs. I've run this car through all 4 gears up to about 60 miles an hour. It does not hesitate. It drives like the day it just came out. But I'd like to thank you for your interest in our 1964 and a half Pagoda Green Mustang Convertible